Well, I'm excited because I don't have to talk all that much tonight. My wife's going to do most of the talking. This is my lovely wife, Anna. So we're going to kind of go off normal topics of what the Wild Doc tends to talk about, although it will be geared towards, at least from my perspective here, the product she's going to be talking about, Monet, Monatural, Modern Natural. What is it?
Modern nature.
Modern nature. On the Wild Doc, I like nature. All right, so this is how I get this luscious beard. This product. No, I'm just kidding. Do they have? Yeah, they do have beard oil. I don't use it as often as I probably should. My wife probably complains. But talking about our children and about health overall, we need to eliminate as much toxic exposure as we possibly can, and that's the whole, reason we or she kind of took up the, this product. One of the coolest things that I think she should definitely mention right off the bat is just the quality control for this product and the acceptance of the product. What country is it that's?
The European Union.
So the European Union, you said that they have how many chemicals banned in the European Union?
So in the European Union, so that's like the UK. Some of you are probably well versed in this, but so they have banned 1,300 chemicals for use in cosmetic uses. So that's shampoo, makeup, body wash,
toothpaste, things like
that. Yeah. So anything within the cosmetic industry. The U.S. has banned 11.
11. Really looking out for us. Thanks a lot, FDA.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Scott Gottlieb. Oh, wait, you're working for Pfizer now. Never mind.
Okay. Another topic. We're not going there tonight.
Okay, fine. But, when it comes to our children, these are products that I feel, that was just blew my mind. And the fact that when Monet went to the European Union, they didn't have to change anything. So there are products here in the United States, whatever company you wanted to mention, there are some big name brands out there that sell their products here in the United States. It's kind of like McDonald's, they upgrade their ketchups for other countries. Right. These personal care products, these hair products, they're upgraded to better quality, healthier, non-toxic or lower toxic, for that matter, if they're going to try and sell these products in the European Union. And Monet went to the European Union, and what happened? They literally just were able to not change anything.
The formula that they use here in the United States is the same formula that they use in the UK, which...
So that really, that one point right there spoke to me personally as a father, looking out for, or a husband, we're looking out for my wife's health. I'm like, I could scrub with clay. Tennessee clay works really well as a exfoliate. Is that what it
probably make you smell better too.
Smell better. Anyways, so really quick, so I can get out of here, or I can at least step aside unless she wants me to tune in and chime in. Chemicals in consumer products is the Journal of American Medical Association. Chemicals in consumer products are associated with early puberty, which early puberty is associated with increased cancer risks and other health problems. This is Magnolia. Say hi, Magnolia.
Hi.
Awesome. Okay, so this isn't the study, this is kind of the synopsis of the study. The study was actually published in the Journal of Human Reproduction, but it came to the conclusion and it fortified what we kind of already know. Through animal studies and observational human studies, we see that the exposure to chemicals in our hair care products, in our toothpaste, triclosan is one of the worst things. It's an antibacterial agent used in, it's basically an antibiotic, chemical antibiotic used in a lot of the antibacterial soaps. So please just get rid of those things. Don't use them. And this goes for both prenatally. So if you're pregnant, getting pregnant, you've got to clean up your environment so that you provide a better internal environment for your soon-to-be newborn baby, your baby in your womb. So, but again, the exposure to many things that we find in our personal care products led to early puberty, early menses, early breast development, all these things, which can have, would lead to increased risks of breast cancer, ovarian problems, fertility problems, all kinds of things. So we have to realize that there's going to be a physical and a psychological quite possibly huge detrimental effect, and also when they're that young and they don't have, I mean, those girls developing that young and having boys that really aren't mature enough to probably say no, they're gonna, it opens up a world of problems. What? Just saying. I want Magnolia to develop breasts like when she's 27 and married. Just so that nobody. Okay.
I'm gonna set that there.
Yeah. So that's the research, and if you do, if throughout this entire video, the TWD will work. It's not research and links, but it is if you are interested in the product. If you're interested in the information on the product, you want more information, Anna is going to be there to assist you in learning more about the products. If you're interested in purchasing, you're interested in becoming a sailor. Like, ahoy, matey. I'm sorry. It's late. It's Friday.
It is Friday.
I harvested a bunch of honey today.
Yeah, we did. That was fun. If you follow me on my feed, then you saw I tagged the wild duck.
Did you really?
Yeah, I don't know if
Sweet.
you
I want
shared
my
it or
patients
not,
help
but-
me out with my. I got 2 honey hives or beehives.
Yeah.
Honey hives. It's like Winnie the Pooh.
Yep, that's pretty sweet.
And so we got
Literally.
honey in our garage right now.
Yeah.
Straining.
Well, thanks.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, but where are you going?
Okay.
I don't know. I think that they probably, you can stay on your phone. You can be, like
I'll look
Vanna
at
White.
questions, comments. So if you are interested in products, things like that, that is again TWD.
Yeah.
And that will kind of alert us, and we'll get in contact with you. And you also get Anna's contact information.
Yes. So not Dale, but myself. And also just to say, like, this is more about like the science behind it, the value of the products, and that performance, because that's what we are talking about. And not just in regards to Monat, that's the product that I chose to talk about, because we're gonna start with hair care. But we decided to make this into kind of like a mini series, and possibly do some more talks in the future. Well, not possibly, we will. And do some other aspects of the beauty industry. So we're going to talk about skincare. We're going to talk about, did I kick that? We're going to talk about makeup, just kind of delve into all that stuff. But for time's sake, we're just going to talk about hair tonight. So.
Before and after.
Oh, yes. Drum roll, please.
Ready for this?
This is before Monat.
This is me before Monat. You get that up on the screen there, Anthony? Mm-hmm. Okay, now, this was me after Monat. Going through the, what is it, protocol? The Jerry Curl protocol of Monat.
You went through the healing phase.
Jerry Curl for white boys. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's just me.
P.S.
No,
that was not true.
That was not true.
That was long time ago, way before
that was chiropractic
this
school,
product.
That was my real hair.
Yes.
For real.
We have talked about, I don't know either. We talked about him growing out his hair, but I don't think that's going to happen. But
she doesn't like the in-between stages when it's like this fluff puffball,
No, I don't think anybody does.
And then the curly long hair.
Yeah. So, anyways, thanks for joining us. I'm going to kind of get right into it and try not to have this be like an hour-long thing. I know Dale is usually super long-winded, but I'm not. And also, we don't have a babysitter tonight, so our kids are here. So if you hear some background noises, or if you saw that face that I made a while ago, that's because Magnolia just totally flung her turmeric kombucha over there, so probably stay in the wall. So yeah, there might be some interaction in the background, and yes,
and
real
Josh
life.
Axe is my cousin. That was Josh Axe in the picture.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna get
Guilty
started.
by association.
Yes.
Anyways.
So we have named this series not only for tonight's episode, but for future Seeking Beauty Inside and Out. Tonight is non-toxic hair care. But just like Dale spoke about earlier, or we kind of both did, really the eye-opening thing to me was the whole how many toxic chemicals are banned in other nations and not in ours. I mean, I don't know why it came as a shock to me, because that goes for many things, even like outside of cosmetic use, like Dale mentioned, McDonald's, like they make these products and better for other countries, and they have like stricter laws or whatever
like
in place.
Ketchup and mustard in other countries is like vinegar and like tomatoes and
Right, but it's high fructose corn
in
syrup
America,
here.
it's like a list of 20 ingredients of chemicals. It's just sad that our country is bought by big industry and chemical industries and things like that, and we've got it to make. And this is kind of me. It's kind of like, hey, take a stand wherever you may get it. You know, I just thinking about it, it's like, just get away from big industry. Stop buying your care products at the drugstore, Walgreens. You support big pharma, in my opinion. So I know we might not want to go there either at the moment, but go ahead.
So yes, 1,300 chemicals banned in the European Union, 11 banned here in the States, and that is horrifying and disgusting, honestly. So where did I? Okay, so also side note, squirrel. I am not Dale Brown. I use notes. So if you see me like nerding out over here, getting on my computer, that's me. Because yeah, I just don't know. But anyways, and also doing lives really make me nervous. Really, I know, probably hard because he's like a whatever, but not me. I'm behind the scenes. But anyways, so yes, only 11 banned here in the States. This means that we're absorbing products and chemicals that have not been tested and aren't honestly safe for our bodies. And our skin is the largest organ on our body, and we're just absorbing all of that toxicity.
It's actually an excretory organ.
Thank you.
It can absorb too. You can actually put herbs on your skin, and they can be absorbed through your skin. So.
Yeah. So obviously many ingredients within the cosmetic industry, be it toothpaste, skincare, makeup, hair care, are full of toxic chemicals that are both hormone disrupting and carcinogenic. And Dale spoke on that right in the beginning, causing a slew of issues that honestly, like, we shouldn't have to worry about, like the products that we're using causing all sorts of
health problems, early puberty, cancers, hormone disruption, infertility issues, PCOS. I mean, it could go on.
List goes on and on.
You know, just liver problems.
Yeah.
I mean, just
organ damage.
It's ridiculous. We live in a toxic sludge, so any way you can reduce toxins, just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Products that contain, say, parabens, plastics, or silicones. There are pesticides in our products, formaldehyde even.
There's pesticides in there in just in case a bug or something crawls into your shampoo bottle.
Or shower, whatever. Yeah, so they contain a lot of carcinogens, thank you, including like formaldehyde, heavy metals, cadmium. There you go, thank you. See, this is why I have him here. So, yeah. Oh, and another thing that I found really interesting, and I actually didn't even know this until I started like kind of doing some specific research for tonight's talk, was that there are currently no legal requirements within the U.S. to test your product for safety, so long as you're marketing to Americans. Another red flag. So long as you're marketing to Americans, you do not have to test your products for safety. You can choose to. So there, I'm not saying that every single product out there, other than this, is bad or doesn't test, but it's a choice at that point. You can choose to test, or you can choose to not and live in a world of
risk.
Yeah, exactly. And kind of like Dale said, just ridding your body of toxicity. You know, we have the power and the ability to change this. I think that is one thing that's really underestimated. We talk a lot about this within with Dale on the Wild Doc page. Just like your voice is your biggest asset. Like you have the ability to change the cosmetic industry, but it takes you not purchasing crap.
Yep.
To be frank, you know.
You know anything?
So yeah, it's like we can advocate for natural health. We can advocate for cleaner products. We can advocate for more organic foods, and then we'll see like more of those things take.
But if you don't buy from the organic farmer, well, then the organic farmer goes under, and
right.
we have no more organic food.
Exactly, and same with cleaner products. Like they may be more expensive now, but if people would stop buying the junk and they would
Cancer's
stop.
Pretty expensive though.
It is. There you go.
Anthony, you hearing me?
I'm not sure yet.
I know.
We're trying to add on another mic, but so moving on, we are talking like Monate tonight. Like I said, it's just the one that I chose, and the one that we decided to start off with, and we may do some other, like we may dive into Beauty Counter and Crunchy and all those other things in other episodes. But this is what we're starting with tonight. So Monate is obviously modern nature. It's botanically based, non-toxic, cruelty-free, vegan, et cetera, clinically proven to regrow hair. What does natural mean, or naturally based mean? Let me just get my notes over here. Okay, well, anyways, I can't find them, so we're winging it. Anyways, so being naturally based, that means just using the most natural products and the closest to nature. Now, am I echoing? Because I hear myself.
No.
Okay.
That's fine, because you're hearing yourself after.
Okay. Sorry, it's really throwing me off. So, using the most naturally derived products that we can while still sustaining a shelf life. I don't know if many of you guys know this, but if you're using like a truly organic shampoo that doesn't have any sort of preservative at all, you actually have to refrigerate it. So, that's pretty inconvenient.
Never refrigerated a shampoo before, I gotta admit, so I'm not as organic as I probably could be.
Or if you really, really wanted to get super crunchy and organic, I guess you could just shampoo with essential oils. But all I'm saying is that you're probably not going to have awesome hair. Okay? So we all want products that are as non-toxic as possible, but still perform. Like, I want to be toxic free, but I also don't want to have crappy hair. Like, I'm a girl. We like to whatever.
And you're
Even
not saying
though my
that
hair's in mom bun most of the time.
Anthony, you good? Hearing me, my mic? Anthony, you hear my mic?
It's delayed, so just go. I'm fixing it on the fly. We
Okay.
can still hear you off of hers. So.
No worries. So I was just thinking though, but like the chemicals in these things aren't like toxic. Again, the huge thing there is that it went to the market in EU with 1,300 some chemicals, personal care product chemicals that aren't allowed in those products. In the U.S., it's 11, and it went there without having to change the formulation that you can get here. So I trust that a lot more. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's again, it's this is not 100% natural.
Yeah.
There are some things that are synthetically made.
Yeah,
right?
well, I mean, you're going to have some like some surfactants in there that are, like for sudsing.
Yeah.
And that goes with any shampoo ever, unless you're using a shampoo that does not suds up. But
Because how else would you make a suds beard? Like, that's just absolutely critical in the shower.
Okay. Moving on.
Or covering up, never mind.
So yeah, there's going to be some surfactants. I know like there's going to be a little bit of preservative in any shampoo. With Monate, I know like less than 1% of their formula is preservative. But all that to be said, there are some standards within the company that I feel comfortable using and actually really love, and haven't really found many products out there, if any, that hold this standard and also work. So Some of the no's within Monate are no parabens, and sorry if I butcher some of these words, but no parabens, no sulfates, no DEA, MEAs, no phthalates, no PEGs. Dale, help me out with this word, bud.
No phenoxyethanol.
Right, exactly.
Phenoxyethanol.
No petroleum, mineral oils, paraffin waxes, and no silicones. Silicones, parabens, sulfates, phthalates. Well, actually, this entire list is in most hair care lines.
Yep. Some of those were on the list of chemicals that were studied in the Journal of Human Reproduction and show that it can cause girls to go to early puberty.
Yep.
And menstruation and problems. So,
Yes.
anyways, moving on.
So all that to be said, Monate products are all free of that, which I personally love, and it's something that our family has been able to stand behind, get behind. Oh, and I don't even think that I mentioned this earlier, but I didn't just kind of pull this out of my rear and decide to start talking about hair care. I actually am an Aveda trained stylist, so I do have a little bit of a background in the hair industry. Prior to starting with Monate. I know that's a huge thing. People are like, oh, well, my stylist told me not to use it. Here I am, standing with hair. I use Monate. I'm a stylist, trained out of Aveda, and I love it. So there's that. And you'll see my before and after later, and that's pretty rad. We actually just took that a few weeks ago.
It's not as good as mine, though.
Well, yours was a lie. Yours was based on a lie. But no, we...
It's not Monet before and after. It's Monet Fro.
Yeah. We took a before and after the other day, just on a whim of my hair. And honestly, like it took me I've been using Monate for 18 months solid, no other products. And it took me 18 months to be like, okay, yeah, sure, let's take a before and after, because I honestly thought I had great hair before. And honestly, over the last year, I was like, oh, yeah, I love the products, but I mean, it's shampoo. It's whatever. I don't know that it's done wonders until I looked at the picture and I was like, whoa. So, yeah, we'll show that later. But so aside from the nose, these are the three products that Monate kind of prides themselves on. So we have the Capixul, which helps provide a good scalp environment for healthy hair growth. Procataline, helping combat oxidative stress and premature aging, and Crotasorb. So those are going to be your three ingredients that are pretty much intertwined into the formulation of all the products. And if y'all have questions, I don't know if anybody's...
Crotasorb, that sounds kind of crazy stuff.
Crotasorb.
It's like I don't know.
Yeah. If y'all have any questions, just feel free to message and somebody will get them to me and I'll try to answer them as quickly as I can. So Monate is a anti-aging hair care line. So this is the breakdown of those three products that I just mentioned. The Capixul is powered by red clover extract, and I know that there's a little bit of
hubbub about that, because it is a, phytoestrogens. So it does have an effect on your female hormones, but you have to take a lot of that herb if you're going to actually use it as something to help you with balancing. It is used in herbal medicine. It's been a traditional herbal medicine for hundreds of years, literally. So, and that's taking it internally in high concentrations. So the red clover is not going to give you a hormone issue. If you wanted to say that the amount that you're going to get from it going on your skin causes you to have a hormonal issue, then we need to run a Dutch test and figure out what's going on with your liver, because you cannot metabolize hormones appropriately if that little bit is causing the problem. And the reality is this, just because something is a phytoestrogen or a phytohormone, phyto meaning plant-based, it doesn't mean that it's harmful. We use phytocannabinoids from things like hemp oil, from CBD. CBD is a phytocannabinoid. It affects the cell receptors that are supposed to interact with endocannabinoids or estrogens. So we make, endo is you make it, our body's inside of us, we make it, phyto is plant-based. So anyways, it's not the deal issue. It's not going to throw your hormones in a whack.
Thanks.
See me if they do.
That was a wild doc explanation.
Yeah.
But also too,
Kicking that dead horse.
it is a water soluble compound, so it's not like you're rinsing this off of your hair anyways. So, but moving on, Capixul also helps. And there we go, starting it. Go back. Reduces scalp inflammation, strengthens and thickens the hair. Clinical results show decrease in hair loss and increase in natural hair growth. We're going to go into the 3 stages of hair growth here in just a second. Procataline is a pea extract, powerful antioxidant to combat premature thinning while still maintaining a healthy environment to aid in hair growth. Crotasorb is the business. It is like a sunscreen for your hair, if you will. It helps combat or protect your hair from UVA and UVB rays. So like personally, our kids are in swim lessons twice a week. So I always put we always put the leave-in conditioner in her hair, which is full of Crotasorb. And so not only does it help keep her crazy curly hair like from tangling so much, but it's also protecting it from the sun and the harsh salts or chlorine in the water, because it's not our pool, so it's probably a chlorine pool. Keeps strands moisturized and stronger, penetrates the hair to help protect both inside and out. All right, so let's talk about the healing phase. So, anytime that you are using a non-toxic hair care line that is free of all of those things that I listed earlier, the PEGs, the parabens, the silicones, the phthalates, the really long P word that I couldn't pronounce.
Phthalates, not phthalates.
Whatever. All the things, okay? So long as you are using a product that is not...
Sorry, okay.
So long as you are using a product that does not contain those things, if you are switching from a drugstore product or whatever...
Big pharma product.
That's not what we're on tonight.
Okay, sorry.
So long as you are using one of those products, so say if you're switching from one of those, you are going to go through a healing phase. You are going to go through a detox phase because your hair is going to be full of silicones and waxes that are coated from the hair.
I'm trying to pour juice into a cup. I wanted it.
I'm on mute, so you can keep talking.
Okay. So, like drugstore shampoos, conditioners, and even actually some salon products as well that still contain all of these ingredients. Those silicones are coating the hair shaft, and it's almost like plastic over the hair. It's insane. So if you start using a product, whether it be Monate or another completely organic or natural product, you're gonna see some crazy stuff happening to your hair. You might have like some oily scalp as those residues are coming off the hair strand, or like some stickiness or dry ends or something like that. And that goes for any natural line. I actually went through this on myself, not using Monate. Whenever I switched to Monate, I didn't really go through a healing phase because I was already using a natural product. But whenever I was using the product that I was before, I think Away.
What you need me for?
Hang on. Well, somebody had a quick question there.
Okay, yeah.
Jackie Moore, she said, does the leave-in conditioner help with baby fine hair that love to tangle easily and keep it from drying out and knotting up? So I just
So
wanted
in
to
little
show
kids?
Magnolia's hair, like super, super curly. And like my hair, I used to literally have to like rip my hair out to get my curls to actually like
Yeah.
curl back when I had longer hair. And I used like so much. It was ridiculous.
So
like,
much conditioner.
Yes. And it would knot up no matter what. So, but I am
Got
like
it.
baffled by using the conditioner and the little bit of conditioners and like the spray-in conditioners and stuff in Magnolia's hair from like, we get up and sometimes you don't get the kids ready for church as quick as you'd like to have them ready for church, and you spray that stuff in their hair and you can actually somewhat comb it and kind of get it to settle down, and it doesn't.
Ours is a little bit crazy right now because we just had swim lessons last night, and I didn't brush it afterwards.
Yeah, so the chlorinated pools don't do the best for the hairs, but but yeah, this is our example of like, yes, these things work really well for curly, tangly hair.
Curly, tangly
Okay, go
hair, the best thing. So this is the junior line, and we're actually going to get into this here in just a second because I think that there's a lot that can be talked about just within the junior line in and of itself. But as far as like curly, fine, tangly hair with Magnolia especially, and even Amos before we cut all of his hair off. I don't know if some of you guys have been following us for a while, you know that we didn't cut Amos's hair till he was almost 4, and it was down to his rear, and it was super tangly. And we started using Monate like probably a few months before we cut it all off. That was a tragic day, but nonetheless, we did it. But the junior line is amazing. This detangler, sometimes I even use it for myself. It's awesome. But then, yes, the leave-in conditioner for like summertime swimming, and also making sure that you use a wet brush, especially on your kids. It's going to help a lot.
And just so somebody, I think some people don't know, some people are jumping on and off, so if you wanted information further in depth or one of the products, it's TWD in the comments.
Yeah,
so
TWD.
And then you'll have Anna's contact information if you're interested in more information, want details on it personally for yourself, that type of thing, and we'll get in contact with you that way.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm a trained stylist, and would be more than happy to help you pick the right product for your family, your kids, yourself, whatever. But just talking about the healing phase, yeah, you're gonna go through that. It's not a long time, and it's well worth it in the long run to be using a product that you can feel confident in and know that you're not causing all of these hormone issues within your body.
Yep.
So balancing within Monate, balancing out the pH of the scalp is huge, reducing inflammation, removing product buildup from old products like I just mentioned, renewing the hair follicles, and releasing dormant hairs. So I'm going to do a demonstration really quickly.
And I think this was good because there was somebody that was asking about and every product is not going to be right for every single person out there.
Absolutely not.
So that's one of the things that, don't get that wrong. So there may be something in this product, in one of the products, that you personally are allergic to. And if your body is allergic to it, it will cause inflammation. And if it causes inflammation
you should discontinue
on your
using
body,
it.
stop using it. But somebody was asking, she was crying because literally she's like, her hair fell out some, and it's kind of along the lines. And there's a difference between hair falling out and timing. Are you significantly under stress and you just switched at the wrong time? So there's a lot of circumstances that can come about that it's not necessarily the product, and you got to judge that, And then there are some circumstances where it is the product, and you need to figure that out. So, but like you said, what was really crazy to me was you girls explained that the way a lot of hair care products do to make it full hair is it literally plasticizes,
Right.
Encapsulates your hair so it sticks there together, so it's like plastic and oil, just junk on your hair, and then you clean that off, which is good. But then it's you had these hairs that were totally damaged, but only being held together by a plastic or something crazy
so
chemical.
silicones are plastics or
Silicone.
waxes that are going to coat the hair, and sometimes coat hairs together. So if you are removing that buildup off the hair, a lot of the times there are hairs that are clumped together that once you
aren't connected to your head.
Exactly. They are not connected to your head. So once you start removing that buildup, you're going to see a little bit of shedding coming from that. You're going to lose a little bit of those dormant hairs that are just lying there or plasticized together, like Dale said. I'm going to show an example actually with a flat iron and oil just to show how products do that. But also, just to speak on that and I'm kind of jumping away from the PowerPoint here for a second, but Our hair grows and sheds in phases, only in 3 phases, and it's the same for everybody. Now, if your body is not healthy, then the times may vary. And then certain ethnicities, those timings vary depending on the structure of the hair. But generally speaking, there's a certain time window. So you have your growth phase, your dormant phase, and then you have your shedding phase. And it's the same for everybody. We all lose hairs every single day, generally between 80 to 150 hairs a day. For myself, I'm probably losing a little bit more than that because I'm going through postpartum hair loss. I just had a baby 5 months ago, and that's a traumatic event on the body. While our bodies were made to do this, it is a stress on the body. And here you go, 4 months later, 3 to 4 months later, you're
Come
gonna
on,
start
gentlemen,
losing.
don't let her fool you. Having babies isn't a stress on the body.
You're gonna start losing some hair.
Sorry.
That goes the same with.
I respect you, ladies.
Changing your diet. If you do a really strict diet, you're probably going to see a little bit, like 3 to 4 months later. A life-changing event, a baby, a divorce, a death in the family, a major health event like a surgery,
Traumatic
anesthesia,
injury,
traumatic
things like
injury. There are lots of factors that go into hair loss.
Yeah.
And giving that power to a shampoo is crazy, in my opinion.
So actually, Jackie said that like having a baby, pregnancy, birth control, hormonal issues, all cause it to fall out. Somebody asked a quick question here.
Yeah,
actually,
totally.
let me see if I can get. There it is. I've heard before to condition then shampoo. Any truth to that for some people?
Condition and then shampoo.
Yeah.
There are some treatments out there that are like you do the treatment prior to the shampoo. We actually have a couple of those within this line as well. But generally speaking, no, you would want to shampoo first and then always shampoo twice, no matter what shampoo you're using, whether it's this or something else, because your first wash, you're only getting off environmental toxins. Your second wash, you're cleansing your hair and cleansing your scalp, and then conditioning. Is there any other questions?
Nope, we're good yet.
Okay, so I'm going to do a really quick demonstration. Again, I'm just like free willy this tonight and not even.
Let me know when I get to play with fire.
Hey. Oh, yeah, we're going to play with fire layer. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so flat iron. I'm not even going to show the brand of this. It doesn't matter. But this is a salon brand, actually. And I'm going to show you guys how much heat affects these products with all this junk in it, okay? Can we see this, Anthony? Oh, and then I'm going to do ours, so. All right, so put a little bit in there. Can y'all see that?
Now some of you would be like, "Oh, that's steam."
It is, but
No,
it's
that's-
also
Ugh.
it's also
Gross.
burnt onto the plate. I don't know if you can see that, Anthony. Can you? Okay, so it's like plastic on the plate, but that's what it's doing to your hair. So you're putting this stuff on there thinking that you're protecting your hair, right? From the curling iron or the flat iron, and you're not. You're not. You're just coating your hair with plastic. That's all you're doing. So you think that over time your hair's getting better, you're using these products, and oh, it's amazing, it's amazing. But really all you're doing is you're coating your hair with plastic. All right. So Magnolia just broke my oil a while ago, but
Let me hold something.
yeah, here, hold that. And that stinks, y'all. Woo!
I remember as a kid, like my mom would do her hair. My mom would do her
Yeah,
hair
it
in
stinks.
the bathroom, and if like, oh, it's so
It's like
gross.
choking.
I couldn't breathe.
It
Yes,
stinks real
it
bad.
still is bad right now.
So
Really
there, I
bad
just
right
put
now.
a couple drops of ours on there.
Don't let her fool you, folks. She turned the iron off.
I really didn't. It's still on. It's
Just
still
kidding.
on the same heat. Do you see any smoke?
Let me squeeze it really hard. Come on! Come on! Okay.
Okay. And you see it's just dripping off. Can you see it?
So
Yeah.
what does that mean? Tell us what it means,
It
Bob.
means
I
that
mean,
it is
babe.
not full
Yeah,
of.
Bob.
It means it's not full of toxic chemicals that are coating your hair and giving you a false sense of security of what it actually looks like. That's what it means.
Make you falsely feel that your hair is secure to your head.
Yeah. So, and all that to say too, whenever you do switch products, whether it be to something like this or some other natural hair care line, and you do go through that healing phase, I know this is especially true with my Nate, you are rinsing your hair or cleansing your hair of all of that gunk and buildup that's on it. And you're left with what your natural hair really looks like, and sometimes it's not what we want. You know, you realize how much damage you've actually done to your hair over time, and it's not pretty. So, but that's okay because we can fix it. So, next, growth. Okay, so here we go. Here's the, I'm going off two computers here. The three phases of hair growth. The anagen growth phase lasts an average of 3 to 5 years, 18 to 30 inches in growth. Catagen phase is your transition. So that's your dormant stage, and that lasts approximately 10 days, 1 to 2 weeks. And then you have the telogen phase, or the resting phase, the shedding phase, and that lasts anywhere from 2 to 4 months, and that's when the hair is released and falls out. The follicle then remains inactive for up to 3 months. So you see, there's a lot of factors that go into this, and washing with any shampoo and then having like some saying that, oh, I'm going bald after 2 weeks is just absurd. I'll just say it. Hair loss, hair thinning, hair problems with hair growth occur when the growth cycle is disrupted. So that's what I was talking about, any sort of environmental stressors, medical, life events, trauma, etc. Again, yes, triggered by conditions such as metabolic hormonal imbalance, illness, improper nutrition, drastic diet changes, stress, and then how many hairs that we lose a day. So the Rejuvenique oil, that is what I just showed with the flat iron. That is like our, what? Oh, that's like the product that is in every single product that Monate has. It's like their, it's in everything, okay? And it's amazing. I've used a lot of oils in my day, Biosilk, Shuamora, Kerastase, all the things. And it's amazing. It's a proprietary blend of 11 unique ingredients. It's got vitamins, minerals, essential oils, Abyssinian oil. Is that right? Did I say that right?
I don't know.
Proven to mimic our body's own natural oils. So weird thing, combating oil with oil. People that say, oh, I don't need that oil, I already have oily hair. No, you need the oil because you have oily hair. Energizing and stimulating the scalp to visibly repair the hair, and is more resistant to external stress like grooming. I don't know if any of you guys know this, but whenever you brush your hair, that's actually a stress to your hair. Rejuva beads. I'm just going to kind of go through some of the products, and these are not the shampoos and stuff. Oh, am I losing? Let me just. Some of the main products, not really the shampoos and stuff. If y'all have questions about that, then you can do TWD in the comments, and I'll get back to you on the shampoos and stuff. But the Rejuva beads is their patent pending, or no, not patent pending. It is patented. Formula for mending split ends. There's literally nothing else on the market that is like it. It can mend split ends like 100%. It's actually crazy, and I really wanted to connect a video on here that's really cool to watch. It is of actually a split end going, or being mended, going, that doesn't make sense. A split end being mended, but I'm not tech savvy. So it's not on there. But amazing stuff. Lasts up to 3 washes, but of course with continued use, you can see results for longer than that. And Dale, are you going to be telling me if there's any more questions?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna play with fire. You wanna play with fire?
Cool, fire.
Okay. So, a lot of you moms out there.
One lady said she'd burn her hair with a fire twirling baton.
Okay, so you can like YouTube. I hate YouTube, but you can YouTube some serious
I'm a
videos.
YouTube sensation. What are you talking about? I'm a
Maybe not.
YouTube censored
Yeah,
sensation.
YouTube censored sensation. But there's like some crazy videos of kids like burning off their hair or like doing curling tutorials and like singeing off all their hair. And I find it quite comical actually, which is probably bad. But
We have a little gal in the background going crazy.
yeah, Magnolia's being nuts.
We're not gonna play with fire.
Yeah.
Where's the lighter?
I don't know. Where's the
Uh-oh.
lighter? You go get the
Let me
lighter
get the
and I'll talk about it. But anyway, so this is probably my favorite product of the entire line. Actually, it's probably every woman ever favorite product, dry shampoo. I mean, I am a once a week washer, which means a lot of the time I have dirty girl hair, okay? I've got 3 kids. I don't have time to be washing my hair all the time, okay? So,
She's got 3 kids and a husband.
yeah.
That's always outside.
Can you get that
Yeah.
blue can? So we're going to talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, here we
so I
go.
don't know if you guys know, but
I used to kill ants like this.
can you just
Sorry.
be quiet?
Okay, sorry.
Most dry shampoos. Was
Dry
that weird?
shampoos.
They contain, well, a lot of all the crap that we've been talking about, but also they're highly flammable. They have butane and what was the other? Propane.
Literally what you
Usually like the first ingredient, which is nuts.
grill with.
Yeah, you grill with propane and you
Butane.
Butane, yeah, and propane.
Yep. Which is put in the lighters and things like that.
Yeah, I said butane first, but propane too.
Yep. Butane, isobutane, propane.
So you can fix your oily hair and you can grill
Magnolia.
with it. Need a little starter fluid? Just use your dry shampoo.
Yep.
Okay? So we're gonna show. Again, we don't need to talk about brands. I ain't trying to bash nobody. Woo! Okay.
Gotta get it right point.
You probably
So.
used that.
Yeah. So there you go. There's that.
Fire alarm. No.
Now we're all gonna die from
Yeah.
inflammation
Burning.
of.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, it stinks really bad.
But I mean, think about it. You grill with that stuff.
So you put that on your head, and we just lit it on fire. All right, here's ours, which is amazing.
And I'll try as hard as I can, folks. Don't worry.
This is not.
Literally just.
Okay, but that's expensive.
I tried. I wanted to make sure people didn't think I was cheating.
I know, but you're gonna have to buy me a new one now. Well, never mind. I actually just placed an order with a flash sale that's going on, so I have a new one coming in the mail.
I mean, I will admit, guys, that for one thing, like, I haven't really seen that this has made a huge dent in. I mean, it's when you got a wife like Anna, it's kind of extreme, but so it doesn't really.
What?
I don't know. Just kidding. I'm saying that
Yeah.
it's not really hurt our budget that bad.
Okay, moving on to shampoo. Oh, and another thing that I really like about that dry shampoo is it doesn't leave that like white residue on the scalp. So now we're gonna do a couple different. This is an iron guard, so this is again supposed to be protecting your hair from heat. Use as much as that if you want, because I'm not using it. So there you go, protecting your hair from heat, but when you apply flame or heat, you can catch it on fire or burn your hair off, whatever. So, and oh, sorry, I didn't.
Not quite as flammable.
No, it's not quite as flammable, but that's hairspray. So now we're going to do my dates. And I mean, honestly, so I'm Aveda trained, right? I used to love Aveda's hairspray, but the only thing is it like literally fills up a room. Like it's so dense.
Can't get it.
Okay. So see guys, I'm not lying. So yeah.
I enjoy
just
playing
wanna-
with fire. I would try to make more fire if I could.
Well, you can use all 3 of those bottles to
The
make,
junk ones.
yeah, on our
I
campfire
used to set so
later
many
tonight.
fires when I was a kid.
Okay.
And they always told me I'd pee the bed.
What?
And I didn't. You never heard that?
No.
Play the fire, kid, you pee the bed. Come on. Somebody chime in if you've heard that saying. If somebody told you that when you were playing with fire as a kid, play the fire, you pee the bed.
Okay. So, I don't know if y'all can see this pretty, beautiful, luscious locks in this photo, but this is Magnolia. This is actually one of our photos from our newborn session whenever Ren was born. I love it. I love that she captured just her hair because I love her hair and I hope that her curls never fade away. But I put this picture on here just because it really speaks to me the way that this company has done their children's products. There, again, is a lot of really awful stuff on the market and some really big brand names that everybody knows and loves and buys for baby showers and all that good stuff. And it is full of incredibly toxic stuff. Like, I got some whenever I was pregnant with Amos, and I, one of those things like, oh, thank you, and, so appreciative that somebody cared enough about me or thought enough of me to get me something for him, but honestly, it went in the trash because I could.
What was it?
Talking about like baby shampoos and baby
Oh.
lotions and stuff like that, and it
Yep.
just went into the trash because not only would I not use it on my child, but I also
Wouldn't use it on her dog.
I wouldn't give
another
it to
kid,
anybody.
Another person.
So,
It stinks.
so yeah, beautiful hair. This is the junior line. I have some of them sitting right. Shampoo. They all come in little bottles like this, and they last forever. This is our second bottle of shampoo we've been using for 18 months. Yeah, so second bottle of shampoo in 18 months I don't think is that big of a deal. But it is a tear-free formula. Really, really great with tangles, little kids with fine hair or like all those baby hairs that are all crazy. So finer, more fragile, highly concentrated, and the detangler is amazing. Moms, you'll want to use it for yourself as well.
I mean, I lived like hardcore curly hair for the longest time, and it was a bear. Even
Yep.
with like gobs and gobs of like Pantene,
Yeah.
whatever.
So I use the junior on Magnolia, and then sometimes I use the IRT conditioner on her because it does help with curl pattern. So sometimes I use that. But I just wanted to kind of go through a list, and this is again, I mean the companies are on here. I don't think that it's really shocking to anybody. I think probably whenever I said that it was a product that everybody knew and loved, you probably knew what I was talking about. But here are these different companies and the list of stuff that is in them. So we have PEGs linked to chronic disorders and is a carcinogen, and it's in all 3 brands. You have, I don't even know how to say that word, but it's a synthetic surfactant associated with irritation and contact dermatitis. All 3 brands. Sulfates, which are irritating to the skin and scalp. Luckily, Johnson & Johnson missed out on that one, but Dove and Aveeno have it in it. Butylene glycol, a known form of alcohol, also known to exacerbate eczema. Any babies with eczema in the house? Use Aveeno, maybe that oatmeal formula.
None in our family. Because they don't, never mind.
Might be exacerbating your eczema. Tetrasodium, EDTA, enhances skin absorption of toxic compounds. Huh, that's weird. In all 3 of them. again, that P word that I can't say, but is really irritating to the eyes and the skin, is in Johnson & Johnson and Dove Sensitive. Oh, note that it's the sensitive formula, okay? Itidronic acid, I probably butchered that. Irritating skin and scalp, Dove. Whatever, guys. Toxic preservative in Dove Sensitive. I'm not a chemist, even though I did drop out of chemical engineering school my senior year, but I still don't know how to say these words. Anyways, this is just to say, guys, that there is a lot of stuff in these products, and if you are using these products on your babies,
Why is there more in the Dove? Like that's
right? The sensitive formula.
It's like in the sensitive formula, we put everything in there so that we basically override your entire body's detox and immune and just kind of screw you up, and then you can't react.
Yeah, so just start them young. Start them at infancy, you know.
It's sad.
Yeah, it is very sad, and I just would encourage you, if you're using any of these products, to discard them and find something that is safer for your family. The Monte Junior line does not contain any of these. It's tear-free, chemical-free, and it is actually dermatologist and ophthalmologist tested. So.
Cool. Doctors can be bought off anyways, but
Yes, they sure can. They absolutely can. Oh, another thing is...
kind of like big tobacco.
Well, and that kind of goes into the whole, like, what we were talking about, third-party testing. Monade is actually third-party tested, so there's plenty of clinical trials out there that you can read.
And I mean, like with Wellness Way or different, you know, like we literally tested ourselves, and we just had to send back a huge batch of Albesia, and you know, and that's one thing. Like we've sat there and contemplating sending some of the products that we get locally, you know, hemp products, CBD products, things like that, you know, to test them, because, you know, it just to be sure, so that, you know, because again, third-party testing things can be bought off too, but again, the fact that it can go to the EU, like that's where I would just personally, I always just kind of go back to with this product. In the EU, it passed. Not having to change what they give us here in the U.S. It met their standards there with what we do here, and it's a lot better standards there. So that's, and the crying thing, like that's, you know, I actually, you know, I'm a good dad, and I bathe my kids, you know, and give her a break, you know, try to do my best, and I would encourage all fathers to do that, because it kind of, that's foreplay, is bathing your kid. It is, because you're just being, people may take that wrong, but if you do the dishes, men, it's like foreplay. Your wife. That's at least what they say.
Talking about hormones here.
We got kids.
Okay.
Maybe it's a wrong combination. It's like taking a workload off your wife is basically like buttering her up, you know?
I understand.
It is.
Anthony knows what I get. He's the guy in here.
Hey
He
guys.
gets it.
Hey guys.
I get Amos,
Can
sissy.
y'all stop running?
Watch out for the camera.
Come here, guys. Come here.
All right,
Hey,
go
Go
guys.
sit down. Go sit down. Please.
But yeah, they never cried. Like, I mean, they've never cried. Like, I remember like with the like Johnson, you know, stuff, and crying, being like, it burns, wash it out of my eyes.
Would you say hi?
Okay, say hi.
You want to say hi?
Say
I got
hi.
Mike.
Hi.
Hi.
Wave to the camera.
Hi.
Good job. Give me kisses now.
I do.
So I'm going to show a couple testimonies really quick, and then we're going to skedaddle because I'm hungry, these kids are getting crazy, and I'm sure, well, maybe y'all are already eating at home. But get out of my way.
Okay.
So,
Can I get a
a
testimony?
testimony. All right.
Hungry.
Hippo.
So, this is me. This is my before and after. So this was November 2017. There is no filter on this, and this is outside and natural light. Okay, guys. They love, yeah, it's Haley.
It's our friend Haley.
This is June, so just this past month, like 2 weeks ago, I think. We took this photo outside at our own house. So again, outside, natural lighting, no filter. Also, mad props to the girl who does my hair here in town, Say over at Eagle and Onyx. If y'all are in Clarksville, you should go over there because they are amazing.
Say hey to Say.
Say hey to Say. But no, and you know what? And that let's just go on that for a second, just to give her a little bit of a shout out. Hold on, let me.
While she's doing something there, one of the things that was interesting, dead serious, like you were like whatever fancy dancy word that is for doing hair. You were one of those ladies.
Cosmetologist.
Okay. Yes, cosmetologist.
Okay.
But I literally would, when I first met her, I was always like, she does hair, and her hair is like crazy frizzy. It's just like, it wasn't like crazy good hair. And I
So
like
hot
literally,
on the kettle
it was
black
kind
hair,
of like one of
folks.
those things where I'm like, as a guy, I'm like, you'd think if she does hair, her hair would be a little bit more nice and smooth. It was just like that, but now it's like tons better.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I think also that at the time I was kind of like, she's using way too many chemicals, so.
Yeah.
And I changed you
Okay.
for the bet. Yeah, no.
Okay. Anyways, so again, no filter. What I was going on to say was the stylist that I use. I've seen a lot of stylist or people be like, "Oh, my stylist told me not to use it," or or stylists out there like bashing whatever. Like, don't give it that much power. But just to give, say, a shout out, if you will. What an amazing testimony of women supporting other women, that I can go in there and I can be like, hey, I use this product and we've talked about it at length, and her be like, yeah, I think that's amazing. Like, keep using your products. Your hair is great. Over half of my clientele uses Monate, and they all have great hair. Does she have to say that? No. Could she try to sell me her shampoo? Absolutely. And she uses an all-natural shampoo too in her salon. But all that to say, like, yes, doing something like this where they have like completely bypassed, companies that go into salon and sell their products, and they've gone straight to consumers. They've cut out the middleman, and
No, just step forward. I was looking at the phone real quick.
and that doesn't mean that it's not a professional product. And yes, that can cut into stylist pocketbooks, and I think that can be a little bit what's the word, like intimidating, but that doesn't make it not a professional product and not worthy of trying. So just wanted to say that.
Somebody said I was seriously digging a hole there.
You were.
Dang it.
This is one of my best friends, Haley. She actually is the one that got me into this business, and she wouldn't even talk to me about it. I think she was like, I don't know. She's gonna think that whatever because she does hair, and I don't know. I don't do hair. Yeah,
I'm a photographer.
but
What would I know about hair?
But I wanted to support her in her business, and I was like, whatever.
Your hair, whatever.
It's shampoo. If I
Cleaner,
don't like
it's
it,
non-toxic.
right, worth a shot.
And that
if
was
I
when,
don't like
again,
it,
she
whatever.
told me it was approved in the UE, EU, whatever. It's late. Okay, but when she told me that, again, I'm going to go back. The chemicals, like 1,300 chemicals banned in the EU. In America, 11 for cosmetics, and it was approved for use in sales in the EU with the same formulation that it used in the US. And when she told me that, it was like, yeah, I don't think I've ever found a product like that here in the US. Granted, I don't look for skin and hair products. I just go with
What I bring home.
I forget
Most of the
like
time.
what all of the organic ones I used to buy over, in the healthy food section at Kroger's,
Yeah, totally. So, anyways, all that to say, that was just a little side note squirrel moment. But
FYI, TWD in the comments if you're
TWD.
interested for information about the products, if you want to talk to my wife more, as long as you're a girl. So
is that right? Was that backwards? I don't know.
T.
W.
How do you do the W?
With your hands. With your hands, dude.
Oh. Yep.
And then D. One of the ways.
West
Either
side.
this way or.
Sorry.
Anyways.
I'm sorry. But I think they did West Side like this, didn't they?
Yeah. Just stop. Just stop.
Okay.
You're stop. Yes.
Don't
Stop.
throw gang signs.
We're about to get some
Dang it.
hate up in here. Yeah, so this is Haley. This is her before and after. This is day.
It's the M side.
Stop.
Okay, sorry.
September 2017, day 3 hair. This is her. This is last month, same thing last month, day 3 hair. And that is pretty fabulous day 3 hair, if you ask me.
Give me a kiss.
Maybe dry shampoo. Did you have dry shampoo in it? Or no?
Until like day 5.
That's the same. I don't use dry shampoo till day 5 either.
Ellen said I don't need it.
Yeah, same.
Don't headbutt me.
And this one, this is our friend Vic, Victoria Tracy. She is holy ball sacks and a half, and if I can just say that for a minute. Her transformation was pretty amazing. Guys,
Everybody exit.
go. So this is Pre-Monate, March 2017. Pixie cut. She had to cut it all off into a pixie cut because she fried it with bleach. This was November 2017. It's kind of like down to right below her ears, chin length. And this is just kind of like a timeline. This is when she started Monate. And this is just a timeline of her hair with many. So she's had 6 haircuts now, and it's almost not quite as long as mine, but all that to say, like, there is power in using quality products, and you will see results so long as you are stripping your hair of those nasty chemicals and starting to use something that is free of all of those chemicals. Not only is it not harming your body, but it's also your hair is going to benefit from it. That's it. That's all I have. And then I was going to touch on, hey guys, we're almost done here, okay? I was going to just talk quickly about like the whole like junior line really quick for a second. Hey guys.
Kids are getting at their end of the
Yeah,
rope.
they're at the end of their being good phase. But also, don't feel like you have to use anything on your babies. This kind of came to my mind after I went through the junior line. Like, if you just had a baby or whatever, like, honestly, with Ren, she's 5 months, I bathe her maybe once a week. And honestly, I just use water and then do a little bit of like jojoba or coconut oil on her skin and do like a little baby massage afterwards.
Yeah, we don't even use soaps on
No,
her.
I don't use soaps on her. Every once in a while, I'll put like just a pump of the junior shampoo like in the wash just to kind of give her like a clean smell. But that's not even every time I bathe her because, do what?
Doesn't recommend to the ones because they're aware of that.
Right, yeah. Your body, they actually, yes, thank you.
It would
They
be
don't
safer for
recommend-
your infant
Yeah.
under 1 year old, but they don't recommend.
Right,
for
they
you
don't
to
even
use
recommend you
soaps
to
on your-
use soap on your
You
baby
shouldn't.
under 1 because there is so many
You-
benefits to having that bacteria on
Natural
their
microbiome.
skin. Yeah, creating that natural microbiome, creating a healthy gut. Like, there's no sense. There's no
And
sense
it's even
in
true for
using
us.
it.
Like, we need to, I just, wash the
Yeah,
twiggy
yeah.
and under the arms
my
and
God.
we're good. What?
I just died. I just died.
Why?
Because you
Anyway.
should not have said that. Inappropriate. Wow. I'm
Come on,
like,
yeah,
am
she
I
said
red?
what?
Am I red?
Holy balls.
Like, I feel like
No.
I did say holy balls. You're right.
Yes, stop saying it.
Anyways, yeah, no, there's benefit to the bacteria on our skin.
Wash the underarms where you stink, stuff like that. Wash the poison ivy off, and
But other than that, like, let your body do its thing and create good, healthy gut flora and good microbiome, and don't wash your babies. So all that spill that I just gave about Monate Jr. is all true and works great, but if you have a baby, don't use it. Just don't use anything. Don't use the Johnson & Johnson. Don't use the Dove. It sure is
it's so
goodness
much
don't use the
better.
Dove because you saw that chart. Don't use Aveeno. Just don't use anything. Okay? Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully. Probably not everybody, but
Huh?
we got
Yeah.
kids like crazy.
Here. You want to bring her?
Yep.
So we'll bring
You want to get pictures?
baby
was asleep.
Ren. Baby
This is our family.
Ren. Yep. So this is our family, our crazy kids. on the bottom. Ha ha ha. Yep, Haley for the win. Wet nursing in the background. So that way I didn't have to nurse on camera. But yeah, so this is us. Tune in next time for more of what did I call this series? I forget already.
The non-toxic, don't make,
Beauty.
and don't send your girls into early puberty series
Yeah, exactly. So we hope you guys have a great night. I'm gonna go get these kids some
because of
foods.
soaps. Yeah. All right, cool. Love y'all.
All right, peace out, guys.